On the team, Caitlyn Clark.
Tiger Woods was not prepared for this. The man who had witnessed it all in golf remained motionless, gazing at the scoreboard as if it had suddenly malfunctioned. Because the basketball legend Caitlyn Clark just broke golf records and stunned professionals. The media is rushing for headlines, and the crowd is losing it. How exactly did she accomplish this, one wonders? Tell the truth. Do you believe Caitlyn Clark would dominate the LPGA as she does in basketball if she were to join the league full-time? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. It's extra amusing because it all began softly. The RSM Classic Prom was intended to be a laid-back, enjoyable occasion. A few celebrities, a group of professionals, and some light competition, not too serious. Then someone noticed the name Caitlyn Clark on the playing list. Everything changed from quiet to turmoil at that point. Hours later, tickets that had remained unresolved for weeks were gone. Even with the LPGA players, people weren't purchasing them for Tiger. To view her, they were purchasing them. The lady who revolutionized the WNBA was going to give golf a try. Also, everyone desired tickets in the first row. By morning, spectators were lining up in real basketball jerseys, not golf polos or caps, wearing Caitlyn Clark jerseys. The whole thing appeared less like a golf competition and more like an Indiana Fever game.
About it in a previous video how this Pro-Am event originally wasn't even going to be televised, but there were so many fans who were emailing the organization saying, how can we watch Caitlyn? Can we come to the event? Can you live stream it? All of these things. And it ended up being put on television. And that was great. Fans were really excited about that. There was so much buzz online. She was trending on Twitter, all of the things. And the LPGA was promoting the crap out of this event. And they also did something really smart by pairing her up with their currently #1 golfer in the world.
Welcome to the first crossover of sports history, the basketball meets birdies. One commentator even jokingly said. Then the moment arrived. The throng reverberated with the announcer's voice. Currently playing for the Indiana Fever from the University of Iowa. Greetings, Caitlyn Clark. The sound of the wind stopping was actually audible. Thousands fell silent. As composed as ever, she approached the tee box and grinned as though it were just another practice day. The distinction was that she did not have a basketball in her hand. She had a driver in her hand. She inhaled, swung, and glanced down the fairway. Additionally, that sound, pure contact, was sharp, clear, and loud enough to cause Tiger Woods to lift his brows. The ball seemed to have its own GPS as it flew. It landed squarely in the center, 270 yards down the fairway. The audience went crazy. People were shouting, applauding, and some were even filming in shock. Tiger Woods laughed and said under his breath, "That's the best first swing I've ever seen from a non-pro." Caitlyn Clark may be better than me right now, Steph Curry, who is a good golfer himself, tweeted nearly immediately. The internet was destroyed by that tweet alone. In a matter of minutes, Caitlyn Clark's golf was the most popular sport in the world. She was dubbed the most natural crossover athlete by ESPN because Michael Jordan. The headline was from Golf Digest. Caitlyn Clark has permanently altered the game of golf. The worst part is still to come. She had no intention of taking it seriously at all. One reporter said that she arrived stating that her only goals were to unwind and enjoy herself. Yes, of course. Breaking world records is her way of unwinding.
WNBA, because the LPGA just did everything that the WNBA should have been doing this season. They did it all correct.
There was more to this story than the chaos that engulfed the golf world. Do you recall the well-known WNBA players who talked about her nonstop during the season? Angel Ree, AJ Wilson, and several others. All of them suddenly fell silent. Not a post, not a tweet, nothing. When she achieved history in another sport, the same people who complained her of receiving too much attention abruptly lost their Wi-Fi. Fans also took note. Someone said, "Funny how Caitlyn's breaking golf records and all her so-called rivals turned into ghosts. They had time to throw shade all year long." Another wrote, "But there's no time to congratulate them." More was expressed by that quiet than by any words. The LPGA professionals, meanwhile, were treating her with the utmost respect. After the round, one of the best golfers in the world, Nelly Korda, approached Caitlyn and remarked, "You belong here." Simple words with a big impact. Caitlyn's energy is pure, Maria Fazy, another participant, told reporters. "The difference is what she brings that we have been lacking." She was frequently viewed as a threat in basketball. She was regarded as a teammate in golf. Let's now discuss the shot that created history. Even PGA pros make mistakes on hole 7, a par 4. Everyone expected Caitlyn Clark to play it safe as she lined up, but she doesn't. That ball took off, as if it had somewhere to go as she swung.
I wanted to come say hi and introduce myself. I play out here on tour. I'm Maria.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for being out here. It's very cool what you're doing for sports, kicking ass on and off the field. But now,
And here's the Caitlyn Clark effect, Morgan, with Maria Fossey and other players out here following.
That's good.
A lot of fun meeting these young.
Annika, could I steal you for a second? I didn't think I'll have like bigger. I can't say bad stuff on TV, but badasses once together. We're doing a fun like quickie on that side. There we go. Yeah.
I'm next.
Yes. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Hi,
Caitlyn Ewing.
Nice to meet you.
Can I said the buzz from the players
over here, so I'm distracting you.
No, y'all are trying to get finished. Has been huge.
Somebody take this picture.
By the way, Allie, an outstanding
Yeah, let's do
point guard in her own right in
ladies,
Fulton,
here we go. 3, 2,
Mississippi.
1. Hang tight.
All state
Thanks for
Nice to
being
meet
here.
you. Yeah. Good luck.
in that sport as well.
It slid and came to a rest just inches from the cup after landing flawlessly on the green. The audience let out a gasp. After a brief period of silence, there was mayhem among the commentators. Phones flying in the air, people cheering. Tiger Woods' applause. She broke the previous prom record by finishing the round 13 under par. Consider that. 13 under from a player who makes three-pointers for a living. That was one of the cleanest, most confident swings I've ever seen from someone outside of professional golf, Tiger Woods subsequently told reporters. That is a big deal coming from Tiger. The commercial side followed, of course, because it did. Demand for tickets increased 1,200% as soon as Caitlyn Clark's name was added to the event schedule. They kept getting calls from sponsors. She was sought after by brands for tech alliances, clothing agreements, and golf ads. Within a week, she apparently signed many additional sponsorship deals. She has agreements with a golf equipment manufacturer, a sportswear major, and even a streaming service to record her training. She practically made $1 million off of a single golf weekend. The WNBA, meanwhile, appeared awkwardly quiet. The anxiety persisted even though their season was ended. Once more, they were called out by fans. The LPGA is adept at honoring excellence.
Caitlyn, that could be in. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Caitlyn! Right from the hole! Inches away! No! Caitlyn! Wow. Are we sure it didn't go in? I'm nervous. Is this it? Is this like a, we're good? We're gonna call this a birdie?
I don't think so.
No! Yes!
That's huge. Great birdie.
Woo!
Great birdie, great birdie, great birdie.
The WNBA merely makes an effort to conceal it. To be honest, they were right. The WNBA still doesn't understand something that the golf community does. Caitlyn Clark attracts followers, money, and attention. You celebrate that instead of silencing it. Even Caitlyn handled it flawlessly. She simply grinned and replied, "I'm focused on what makes me happy," in response to questions about the other players' quiet. No matter the sport that is competing, classic Caitlyn, self-assured, calm, and slightly savage. Her parents were also present, albeit in the background. Her one reporter was told by a mother, she puts her all into anything she learns. Her father simply chuckled and remarked, A long time ago, we stopped being surprised. It's wonderfully summed up in that statement. Her family isn't astonished, but the rest of the world is. They've already seen this film. Same conclusion, different sport. Caitlyn enters, sets records, and then leaves as if nothing had happened. Not even sports commentators could conceal their awe. The other replied, "We've seen two sport athletes before, but not like this." Caitlyn Clark not only tries new things, but also masters them. To be honest, they are correct. This isn't about basketball, golf, or even celebrity. It concerns a person who is incapable of doing averagely. She doesn't seek out opportunities. She is chased by moments. However, that will be discussed later, since the most fascinating aspect of all may be what transpired following the event. The response from sponsors, supporters, and the sports community as large. Caitlyn Clark took her time celebrating after the event. She remained behind to take pictures, sign autographs for children, and even offer some golf advice, which is funny given that she had just recently taken up the game. But that's part of her appeal. She's not acting as though she's larger than the moment. Because of her, the occasion just so happens to be significant. Like bees surrounding honey, reporters swarmed around her. "How did it feel to break a record on your first try?" inquired one of them. With a grin, Caitlyn remarked, "I had no idea what the record was." It's the type of statement that garners media attention. Greatness, without effort. No boasting, just the facts. The golf world was doing math, while she grinned her way through interviews. Overnight, merchandise sales surged. Caitlyn's appearance generated more income than the previous 3 events put together, according to prom organizers. Sponsors kept phoning to express their desire for her to be on each and every commercial and billboard pertaining to women's sports. The most absurd aspect was that the people spearheading the charge were golfers rather than basketball fans. "I've never watched women's golf before, but if Caitlyn's playing, I'm tuning in," read one comment on a Golf Digest article. Another commented, "At last, someone who brings excitement back to golf." She has that kind of ripple effect. When she enters a new sport, people who had never been interested in it start to take notice. Not because she's trying to be ostentatious, but rather because she restores the joy element to competition. Additionally, the internet was making fun of the WNBA while the LPGA was honoring her. Individuals began publishing screenshots taken side by side. Caitlyn is being praised by LPGA. WNBA players share dance TikToks and brand collaborations. The remarks sections were harsh. While one league fosters drama, the other fosters skill. The change was palpable. The WNBA attempted to manage the Caitlyn Clark story for months by reducing attention, downplaying her significance, and treating her like any other player. But now, no matter how hard they tried, they couldn't ignore her. She was no longer merely basketball's face. She was emerging as the face of entertainment related to sports. And you know what? Did anyone notice? Tiger Woods. The following day, Tiger was questioned about Caitlyn's performance in an interview. "That reminded me of when I first broke through," he replied with a smile. "Assurance, accuracy, and lack of fear. She's got it." From a man who doesn't readily offer praise, that is. Images of Tiger and Caitlyn having a quiet conversation close to the clubhouse appeared a few hours later. The specifics of what was said are unknown, but according to reports, Tiger extended an unusual offer to her, a private training session. She is formally in the golf inner circle, if that is the case. Then the big bombshell arrived. Recommendations. Caitlyn Clark reportedly inked 3 significant contracts in less than 48 hours. One with a beverage company that wishes to use her as the face of their new emphasis campaign, one with a golf apparel firm, and one with a luxury watch brand. The total value of such transactions exceeded $15 million. Let's consider things in a larger context. In a single golf weekend, she earned more money than the majority of WNBA players do in their entire careers. And that's just reality, not shade. Sports reporters were referring to it as the Clark effect. "Every league wants Caitlyn Clark, and can you blame them?" was one headline. Fans began making jokes in the meanwhile, thought she might as well become a full-time golfer. Someone posted on Twitter, "If Caitlyn joins the LPGA, Tiger better start checking his records." Another person commented, she will require a larger trophy cabinet. But there is a reality hidden behind all the jokes. Caitlyn Clark is more than just a talented athlete. She has a knack for winning. Her competitive spirit is infectious, and she exudes it everywhere. Fans, even casual ones, can sense it. It's not necessary to be a lover of golf or basketball to appreciate her. You simply have to enjoy seeing someone who effortlessly achieves greatness. More athletes began to respond as the weekend wore on. "Amazing," said A.A. Wilson. According to Patrick Mahomes, she's a monster. A video of her hole-in-one effort was even reposted by LeBron James, who said, "This girl different." However, there was still a lot of hush in some WNBA quarters. A.A. Wilson didn't say anything. Angel Reed didn't offer any congratulations. Fans asked a single, straightforward question in their remarks.
Why?
Jealousy, some said.
Pride, some said.
Others claimed that they simply couldn't bear to see someone else take center stage once more. To be honest, though, Caitlyn didn't deserve their praise. She was supported by the audience, the supporters, the press, and now the whole golf community. Speaking of fans, they are constructed differently in her case. They track her across time zones and sports platforms. She draws crowds when she performs. Because everything sells when Caitlyn is involved, even golf organizers are thinking of hosting additional celebrity tournaments with her name attached. "She's not a guest, she's the main event," one executive was heard to say. He is correct. The ratings also demonstrated this. More people watched Caitlyn's prom appearance than the majority of LPGA finals. That's crazy. Golf networks that typically become drowsy Sundays figures were unexpectedly attracting primetime visitors. The best part is that Caitlyn doesn't even pretend to understand how serious the situation is. She waves to fans and plays laughs like if it were a nice neighborhood game. No drama or ego, just talent and character. Later, when asked if she would think about becoming a full-time member of the LPGA, she shrugged and responded, "Let's just say I'm keeping my options open." Translation: she will likely succeed if she so chooses. Tiger was so impressed that he brought her up once more. He claimed that golf would take off if she ever decided to give it serious consideration. That isn't overstating things. That is a simple fact. Additionally, if you believe the LPGA was unaware, that reconsider. According to reports, their marketing team was already talking about potential collaborations with her. Charity games, exhibitions, and even Caitlyn-led golf clinics for young girls. It's amazing how one individual can drastically alter a sports atmosphere in a single day. Caitlyn Clark has no intention of becoming the spokesperson for women's sports. She differs from everyone else in a straightforward way. She normalizes winning. It appears as though every record she destroys was meant to be broken. Every accomplishment appears informal. People adore her because of this. She doesn't need to be demanding. It simply follows her. And let us not here disregard the ripple effect. She has led to an increase in the number of people following women's sports. There are investments from new sponsors. And younger girls are coming to the realization that they can excel at everything they try. One unplanned golf weekend was transformed into a movement by Caitlyn Clark. She reminded everyone that skill is not limited to a single sport. Regardless of where they play, it belongs to the one who puts in the most effort. She's not striving for greatness, as one fan so eloquently stated. She is being pursued by greatness. Caitlyn Clark was more than just a golfer.
She made a change.
Tiger Woods looked on in disbelief. Brands lined up with contracts as fans yelled her name. She is evidence that talent knows no bounds. Tell me now, should Caitlyn continue to dominate basketball or make the move to golf full-time?